Alright, welcome to another video for Dragon Ball. So today we're actually going to be doing a little something different. First off, this deck is not meta at all. There is no meta for this deck. I don't know why. GT seems to be a relatively good deck, but there's no meta for it. The second is this deck is not built around the leader card at all. So the leader card is very much unimportant for this deck. I just particularly use Baby just because of his abilities. This deck does not revolve around him at all. You can use as long as you're using a red leader card, this deck does not care what you're using. You can use the red leader Pan, Baby, Goku, however you want to do it. Just make sure your GT deck falls around it. So basically this deck is a GT deck in general. And most GT cards only require that you have a red leader card. So as long as you have a red leader card, this deck's going to pretty much pop off with no issues. Also, this is a single red deck, so there's nothing else in here, no black, no nothing else, so it's pretty easy to maintain, pretty easy to use. So, we'll get right into it, Baby. This is my leader I use for this particular deck. I like him just because when he attacks, I draw a card. So, simple for most of your leaders, they almost all draw cards. Awakens, I get to untap to my energy. And again, when he attacks, draw a card. But his particular ability is I get to drop the power of one of my battle cards and the power of another battle card by 10,000. If this drops any of the opponent's battle cards to 0, that automatically KOs them. And this particular deck has a high enough power curve that 10,000 is not going to matter. So it's kind of nice for that. So let's get into the support of the deck like I do in every other video. So first I use is just a straightforward energy pan. I say this is an energy pan because this is the only pan that has no ability, no anything whatsoever. So these usually are used for an energy basis, so energy at all times. Sometimes though I like to stick one out on the field because of another support card which you'll see in his power absorbing Lud, which needs a pan under him to be able to attack, gain a power boost, and so on and so forth. So this pan becomes relatively broken just for the simple fact it's a nice little one drop, get it out quick, and my power absorbing Lud will be able to take care of it. But for the most part, that's going to be an energy. So I run 4 of her for mostly energy based, so usually like 2 or 3 of her would be energy. 1 might hit the field for this particular deck, so that's pretty much all that's going to be. Next is another pan. This is Power of Friendship pan. Now this is a 5-drop with 2 red. I only run 3 of her because, to be honest, I don't need a lot of pan in this deck. Pan is usually only used for, like I said, power absorbing Lud and another card I'm going to show you in a little bit, which is if Pan's on the field, I get to basically play that card for free. This one I like because I look at the top 5 cards. I get to choose a battle card with 15,000 less power. That's GT. So I'll get my Gokus out. So this is basically a GT Goku, and basically once I get that Goku out, I'm going to start rotating and evolving, EX evolving, and so on. So that's what this is for, is to get those Gokus out quicker and get them in my hand faster so if I need them. And then I get to shuffle my deck. Next is the Power Absorbing Lud. I only run 2 of these because first off, this has a very annoying little ability, which is right here. If Pan's now under this card, it can't attack. So it's like a 25,000, oh, I can't attack unless Pan's under him. And the only way to get Pan under him is once per turn, place a battle card under this card. So basically, like I said, that 1-drop Pan's going to get dropped under here. He's now going to gain 25,000, and he's going to be a double striker. So it works really well, but it's, like I said, you need Pan, so that's why I only run 2 of him. That's kind of like my quick go-to. I'm going to hit you for 25,000 twice. I'm going to get combo cards out of your hand, and like I said, that's why I only run 2. Next is the next support. Now this, like I said, is used for Pan. Which is this permanent Pan's on the battlefield. I get to play this card for free, so it's Dependable Robot Jiro. I run 4 of him. First off, like I said, he's going to be energy, or he's just a free blocker, basically. So I get that 1-drop Pan. I can drop 1, 2 of these for free. Now I have blockers on the battlefield. So just like I said, simple support until this deck can really get going. Once it gets going, those suckers become energy. Next is a Fearless Pan. Now this one I really would rather run 2 to 4 of. This is the super rare Fearless Pan. She's a blocker barrier, but what's nice is her auto ability, which is when you play this card, all your other red cards will get plus 5,000 and double strike. So In this particular deck, it's key when you play this. When I play this, usually it's because I'm going for a hard hit or a TKO hit. So because I only have one. Now if I had 3 or 4 of them, I'd be playing them a lot faster and a lot more often. Next is my super combos, Handy Jiru. I run 4 of him because he is the super combo. That's really all this is for, is super combo and energy. So the fact that once he's 4 or less life, like most super combos, you'll draw a card and plus 10,000. So that's why I like him. He's a super combo, but again, he's a lot of this is support, so it's energy or comboing high. Next is going to be Grand Tour Spaceship. This is another support. So I run 3 of him, 3 of this particular card, just because I don't feel a need to use this very often. It's just to cycle through the deck faster, which is look at the top 7 cards and get a Son Goku GT, Trunks GT, Pan, or a Jiru with 15,000 or less power. Like I said, this is just to cycle through the deck. If anything, it's energy. If I need to, I'll cycle my deck a little faster with this. So that's why I only run 3. It's just a nice, easy way to get through my deck quickly. Alright, so finally it's going to be the last support card, which is Unending Awakening. So basically, nice little negate attack. I run 4 of them. This is one of the few decks I actually run counterattacks in. Run 4 just because simple fact that if this deck doesn't pop off quickly, I can stall with this card. If my deck's popping like it should, these just become energy. Anything else, it's just a stall tactic. So it works really well for this deck because this deck pops relatively quickly. Now we're going to get into the main board of the deck. All this deck is really Son Goku GT. So the first one's going to be pint-sized. Warrior Son Goku, I run 3 of him. Nice little 1-drop, 5,000. Look at the top 7 cards. So it's kind of what you're looking for, is he'll cycle through your deck pretty quickly. And that's what you're looking for, is you choose 1 red Son Goku GT. So, and I'm cycling through top 7. So, like I said, quick drop, first play, I can get my Gokus out, and I can get to my EX Evolve Gokus that I need. Or if I need to, I'll go on to my next Goku, which is Shocking Future Son Goku. I run 4 of him. Now, this one's nice for the simple fact that he is a low cost, high power, but his auto ability is basically, if you combo with him, you're going to search for him every time. So, combo with him, search for him, play him, search top 7. So I guess cycle my deck relatively quickly to get into my evolves. Next is Blazing Spirit Son Goku, another 2-drop. Run 4 of him. Really, I run 4 of him because he goes into my evolves. Also, the fact that he is a barrier 15,000 low drop, so it's a nice low cost Goku GT, and it's easily searchable, and has barrier. So if anything, they're not targeting him. I can get in my evolves a lot faster with this one. Next is Determined Super Saiyan Son Goku. Run 4 of him. Now, I like him because, 1, he is a low cost 3 with 2 red. He has a critical. And here's the other kicker. So when your life is 4 or less, he's no longer a 3 cost on the battlefield. He's actually a 5 cost. That is very important in this deck because if you're going to EX Evolve, most of your EX Evolves require a 5 or a 6 or cost or higher Son Goku GT. So I basically put a 3 cost out that becomes 5 when it becomes late game, so I can easily get my evolves out easier and cheaper. So I'm basically saving 2 energy every time. Next is the Unified Power Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. So this is really your first evolve. So he's the evolve from any of those first 3 Son Goku GTs. He takes 3 red, 1 colorless. He has Deflect, so there's no counterplay on him. So if you evolve into him, they can't counter into him. And the other nice ability is his auto, which is right here. When you play this card, draw a card, then choose 1 of your energy and untap it. So, 1, you don't have to evolve into him because he is only a 5 cost. It's just nice to be able to evolve into him because it evolves into my next few Gokus, into my next EX Evolves. As well as the fact that you do get a draw card and untap an energy. So, he's really only 3 red, if you think about it. And that's why I also run only 3 of him, just because simple fact that if you run any more of him, it's kind of not needed. Alright, next, EX Evolve is the Victorious, Fist Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Now, I run 3 of him. You can run 4 of him. It doesn't really matter, 3 or 4. Mainly because he EX Evolves is a 1 red. Very low cost EX Evolve. And you need a 5 or higher Son Goku. So, like I said, that Goku that you just saw, this one right here, this has to EX Evolve on him. That's basically how that one will work. And he has double strike, and when he attacks, it'll switch back to active mode. So basically it's a dual attack, dual striker. So attack, he hits auto, he comes back to active mode, he goes to 30,000 power, and you attack again. Now that's basically 4 life I've hit for, if you've hit. So he's really fun, easy to get out in this deck, either hard casting or EX Evolving. Like I said, that EX Evolve only is 1, so it's really easy to get into. And it works well for not only that Goku, but when you're at 4 less, that Goku. So he's a 5 cost, so when you're at 4 less life, that can EX Evolve into that with no issues at all, because he's a 5 cost at that point. So that's kind of why I like running the Determined Super Saiyan as well as the Victorious the Untapped Power. So the Victorious Super Saiyan comes out pretty quick. Now, the next to last card is a Triple Flash Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku. This is another EX Evolve. Sorry for the shiny. This is a special rare version of this. So it's super rare, special rare. It's the same exact card. This one's just probably 8 point. So EX Evolve 1 red Son Goku cost with 5 or more. So any of those ones that you've seen in the last 3 cards. The only kicker is when you EX Evolve with this card, you can't EX Evolve again for the rest of the turn. But he is a triple striker, and he has Deflect. And the other nice part is if this card has 40,000 or more power, they can't counter while this guy's attacking. So if you can get him up to 40,000 or more power, you attack, or you go ahead and attack. He's at 40,000 more power, they can't negate the attack. So now a triple striker for 40,000 more power, they have to either combo and get it big enough, or they basically have to take 3 no matter what. Now, my final card is an ultimate. You guys haven't seen any ultimates in any of my decks because I don't really show them. I do own 2, this one as well as another one. So this is the Hyper Evolution Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku. Nice little 1 EX Evolve right there. Place 2 cards from your hand in the drop area. Son Goku GT with an energy cost of 6 or more. So this will only work with Triple Flash or with the Victorious Strike. That's the only way you can EX Evolve into them. Now, the nice thing, so that's the, when I say this is ultimate, it actually has the ability right there, ultimate, which is you're only allowed to have 1 ultimate card in your entire deck. So you can't run 4 different ultimates, you can only run 1 with that ultimate ability in it. Now, this has an auto ability that gains plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. And if he's at 60,000 or more power, your opponent automatically loses a life. So, it's really nice because of his main ability right here, which is Activate Main. It's not once per turn, this is just any time in your turn. Place 2 cards from your hand in the drop area, switch them to active. So, you swing once, he's at 45,000. Drop 2, he's back, swing again. Drop. He's now at 50,000. Drop 2, 55,000. Drop 2, 60,000. So I've had 4 attacks now with this card at triple strike ability. So, or excuse me, I think he's just regular. Yeah, sorry, he's just regular. So just regular 40,000. So I have had 4 separate attacks, but on the 4th attack, he's been able. I've only had to drop 6 cards on my hand. He's been able to now take an automatic life no matter what. And if you have more cards, which this deck is easily able to draw cards again and again and again. I've actually playtested this deck where I've had 16 cards in hand, and I popped him up to 80,000. So for 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80,000, I just dropped him 5 life if they were able to block and overcome that power boost. But no matter what, I've dropped him 5 life guaranteed. So very ridiculous ultimate card, very nice though. But that's why this is a Goku GT deck. I have not seen anything like this anywhere in existence on meta or anything. So It's definitely not a meta deck. I actually haven't playtested it too much against the tier 1 levels, so I don't know where it really resides in the tier level. I'm probably going to say it's easily a tier 2, just because before I tweaked this, it was a tier 1, but I tweaked it now to incorporate more Son Goku GT more than just a GT base deck, which had Trunks, Pan, and Goku. So before tweaking, it was a tier 1, now it's probably tier 2. I don't know if it's tier 1 yet. I'll find out probably over the weekend, and I can let y'all know. If you have any questions on it, ask me. I'll probably revise the editing on this video later if I do find out this is a tier 1. I'm going to say it's probably flirting with tier 1, if not in tier 1, but it's pretty close. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a red Goku GT deck is really what it is, so the leader card does not matter. However you guys want to play the leader card, it's up to you. You can choose however you want to. I just choose Baby because it's easier to draw power with him. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave a comment, and I'll get back to y'all. Thank you.